I was watching a video, came across the timeline of Superhead. I don't know where she's been, but she doesn't look like she's aged since that Mr. Marcus video. All the real ones in the trenches know. She hasn't aged since then. She's on this podcast with these young women talking about relationships, and she said that men should marry the slut. She is a crazy young woman. Not gonna hold you. But I want y'all to hear her reasoning. How long is this clip? Yeah, we can play this whole one. I want y'all to hear the reasoning for why she said this. Very, very interesting.
And love sluts. Like a cum dump type of, like you want this. But patriarchy says you can't marry this. Patriarchy says, marry the virgin. But then you the slut behind her back. You lose her trust. You're going to ruin her life. I want more men to feel safe marrying the whore. Because they're going to keep you good. You're going to wake up to sucks. You wake up, I'm already on freak shit. There's nothing you can't propose to me that I won't at least consider. I like doing household chores, but for sake, first thing in the morning, my man gets this, and he gets it in any way he wants. And he would have crawled.
Yeah, and there you have it. Superhead.
That was raunchy. That was vulgar.
Very, very raunchy. I'm glad that they blurred a lot of words out because she was getting to it. I don't like when people boil relationships down to sex.
All on my face and
wow, she was still going.
No, you had that playing for your personal purpose. Cut that shit off.
She was still going. Jesus.
She's a true big.
Yeah, I don't like when people boil relationships down to sex. I think that there's so much more to relationships than that. I don't necessarily think that men don't wife the promiscuous woman because of patriarchy. I don't think that that is what it is. I think that y'all have a skewed view of what it is. But I wanted to get y'all opinions on what she said. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a little projection because she has the stigma. We've seen the work. Some of us has bookmarked the work on Twitter. And so
quality work.
Listen, quality work. But I want to know how y'all felt about it. Go ahead, Kenya. How do you feel about this? Do you think that men would rather wife the slut if not for patriarchy?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know if the slut is the slut, like without the patriarchy though. So I mean, I feel like all that would feel different. Yeah, you have to sit down, baby. I'm sorry. I don't have it for you right now. Okay. I feel like it's Superhead, so I was like, you gotta take it. Like, think about who it's coming from. That's like her brand. That's her shtick. She talked about like being with, I don't know if she was married at the time or if that was like her boyfriend when she got up and, went to Lil Wayne in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I think that she had a boyfriend. I don't know if she's been married before.
I don't have a problem with her saying it. I mean, I think like, I don't know. I don't know if marrying the slut is per se gonna like solve men's problems because I think it's just the case of like wanting what you don't have per se. I don't think men like are going to cheat with like sluts because their wives just aren't. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's the reason. I think that even if they married the slut, they could still, be unsatisfied in other ways or even still somehow sexually. I don't know. Like, what if like your tolerance level goes up and she doing all that freaky shit and now that don't cut it no more? Now you're sneaking off to like orgies and 10 dick gangbangs and shit.
I knew you was gonna bring Vixen into it some type of way.
I knew so it. It's like I
knew it.
I don't know because men's sexual nature it can be a very dark place. It can be a very dark place. And it's like, I don't know if it's to say that the woman is going to just like, like quell that, and like fill his appetite and he'll just be okay. I don't like that narrative because I don't think that that's even how they work. I think men that are going to step out are going to step out, whether you're a porn star or not.
Yeah, I think that, and then we're going to get to the hands. I don't think that sex is important, right? But
I
it's
think you
not.
downplay the importance of it, honestly. And
No, I think y'all play it up
this
too
is
much.
me coming from like I'm more sex negative, I think, like probably than like the rest of you guys. But even I think you downplay the importance or like the role that sex plays in
No, I think that it
relationships.
is important, but I think that because the way that she is speaking, right? She is attributing or equating like life, love, and happiness to waking up and getting some head. And
But I
we
think
all love
but I don't see. Here's the thing: it's like women like that. They're talking from like what they hear from men all the time, and I think the problem is that like typically with sex workers, they probably hear things from men, or they have this perspective that
if
maybe
that's all you hear from men, y'all not really having no good
then
conversation.
maybe it's like it's skewing, it's skewing what you really think, because whatever Superhead feels like, would please a man or satisfy a man is not. I don't think we should, like, we would probably have to really look at how she got there, why she thinks those things, where she heard those things from. And then if you've read her book, then we would have to have a lot of different conversations, because she got a lot of shit with her. Like Superhead, she done been through some shit. So she's coming from that perspective. And I think that's why it sounds like that, because she's taking the negative aspect, of that side of men, and then like painting that as like, yes, that will just make them happy. That will fix it. But no, she's a sexual person. And I think men come to her for sexual reasons. So she's hearing sex, 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 sex. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, look at you.
Oh, shut
Objectivity
up.
looks good on you,
Yeah,
Kenya.
shut up.
It looks good on you. Go ahead, Grim Gamer. Then we got H. Bush.
I mean, I feel like, bro, that's an aspect of it for sure. But you got to make sure somebody can keep up with everything else. Because I mean, I've been dating for a long time. I'm getting closer to 30, so I mean, I know a little more than some people probably would know. Uh, but yeah, bro, you need a good mix of all of that. You can't just have somebody who freaky as hell but can't hold a conversation, and you can't have somebody who's so damn boring that y'all doing missionary every single day and y'all not gonna change. You need a good balance. I've been in relationships where the girl was not freaky at all, and that was kind of lacking. And I honestly, nigga, I cheated. And I've been in relationships where the girl was overly freaky, but we couldn't talk about shit. So we just end up compensating by fucking 24/7. But then eventually, like somebody already said, got burnt out on that shit. So eventually I found myself cheating in that relationship too, with a girl that was a lot more boring. So one thing I learned with all my years of dating, you need a balance or you're gonna run to go look for what's missing.
So you cheated when she was giving up the pussy, and you was cheating when she wasn't.
And
Jesus.
he said,
Different women, different women. And it ain't that one of them wasn't giving it up. I've never had a relationship where a woman wasn't giving it up, brother. I ain't never had a situation like that. One was very freaky and one was very reserved. But in both
in
cases, I
both
got it when I
cases,
wanted
you
it.
cheated.
And
You're the
and
problem. In both cases, you the
well,
problem.
I mean,
Hold on, wait. Scully
I've
said,
had plenty of relationships. I've cheated in a couple of them. I mean, hey, I'm not out here to paint myself as I'm not you, Kenya. I'm not gonna paint myself as perfect because I see the red dot in the
Oh
corner.
my god.
hold on, wait, wait,
I
wait,
mean,
wait,
all
wait.
because I see the red dot in the corner doesn't mean I'm gonna lie about myself.
Listen, my guy Scully said missionary queens need love too. Scully, you are on the
I
wrong
really
side of
no.
history.
I'm this. That's the most sensible thing that Scully's like said in a very long time. I'm tired of the vanilla shaming. Just because y'all are, please, like there's nothing wrong
Let's
with
not.
vanilla.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
No,
It gets
no,
boring. That's
it
the
isn't. It's
problem.
how we have continued the human race.
you
Okay.
you need first off.
The
No, the
human
human
race
race
was
got
not
continued
continued
from back shots,
off
side
of
shots.
back
You know,
shots or swing sets or
the
orgies.
Bible talk about
Swing
head.
set.
The Bible talk about head. So I don't know.
Listen, get you a swing set. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. They got them on Amazon.
Y'all,
Nice and
y'all
sturdy
gonna
one. It'll
bust
help
your
you
I
out.
ass.
don't get the. I don't think I get the joke.
Go ahead, H. Bush, and then we got Big V.
Okay. Superhead, like this would be the wrong person to me to be taking advice from because her point of view is skewed by all the people that she's been fucking with. I feel that she has been through a lot, and I feel like she just needs to be by herself for a while because if I'm dating you and you talk about if this person calls I'm running to, baby, you're gonna be over there by yourself. Like that don't make no sense. So then when you go to can you wipe a hoe or why men wipe hoes? Sometimes the hoes be fun. Sometimes, motherfuckers fall into a situation and shit, that's who they that's who they pick. But to say that if the matriarch wasn't in, would a hoe still be white? No, because you gonna choose who you want to choose. And if the this like I don't know how to say your name. Grimmy just said, hey bro, if you born in sex, I can't fuck with you. If you can't hold a conversation, I can't fuck with you. If I tell you I want to go here and you sitting here being negative, I can't
If I
fuck with
tell
you
you to shut up
because
and you keep talking,
I can't fuck with you.
do you think it's wise?
I'm cool. I
That,
fuck with
that
you
hey,
because it's
that's
just
not from
like
Grimmy, by the way.
really no, that's from Bush. No, but it's just you ain't gonna know time and place. The Superhead should have known. The matriarch. I've been through my stuff, but I won't say all men would like to do that. Just because men cheat with you and men do this with you, don't mean every man is bad. And that's what I'm taking from this. She trying to condemn us all, so then the other girls will fall into it and be like, "Well, I should be like this, and should this be free and liberal?" No, stick to what make you happy. If you fucking with multiple dudes make you happy, that's what's gonna make you happy, and nobody ain't gonna be able to tell you. If you just like vanilla sex, that's what make you happy. Ain't nobody gonna be able to fix it until you're ready to fix it yourself. I'll leave it right there.
Go ahead, Big V. What's the word? How you
Fix
feeling?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fix
I'm
it.
chilling. I'm
Fix it,
chilling.
Kenya.
All right,
What?
Kenya, what's going on? Get
Scully
into it.
said a hit dog
Get
hollering.
into
What's
it.
up,
But
Big V?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Oh God, where do I start? Um, I'm going to say was my take on whatever happened to, like I said, the balance. Like, right? So we got balance. There's nothing wrong with, getting it in all the time. Honestly, from my take, I think a lot of people are very miserable in the world because they really not getting any relationships from the jump, So with that being said, just being on, I'm gonna call it grown folk time is very important. It's very important. Not saying it gotta happen all the time, but you gotta have fun. You gotta say, the stuff that, to spark your person up a little bit. Can't be boring and doing all this and that and then and on it. And like what the other fella said, yeah. A lot of the girls that's just into it like that, yeah, they be dumber than a box of rocks. So I mean it's yeah. So that's basically all what I have to say. It's all about balance though, because you got some women that really don't go out, but you know what? They are some super freaks. They don't want to be dealing with everybody and like that all the time. So that's just my take on
Yeah,
that.
I,
So
I
yeah.
I agree. I did want to get into like the reasoning in which she talked about this though, because she blamed it on patriarchy, which I think that's um the reasoning for a lot of things when it comes to women and their understanding of the world. I don't think that it's patriarchy at all.
You're a sick fuck. But yeah, no, but what she's talking about is the Madonna horror complex, essentially, which it is not. She didn't come up with that. It's very well known in psychology. So.
I don't even think I think that the value, right? Because we value things differently when it comes to relationships, men versus women. And then also we care about exclusivity to a certain extent, and we care about a mindset. A woman that is very promiscuous in having a lot of sex with no attachments, that is a mindset. That's not something that I believe that you can just shut off because you have this imaginary title of boyfriend now. And so you've been out here doing your do, with anybody who will agree to do it with you. And then now you just gonna stop because of this quote unquote title. And so I think that that is the main reason in where men be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take that plunge because at the end of the day, this probably who she is. And she probably going to turn around because meeting women like a superhead and where, you know, you met her and she was cheating. And now you going to get with me and not cheat? Like, what is we talking about here? So I think that that's the biggest thing. It's not no patriarchy. I think one, we men value exclusivity. We value the woman who hasn't been with everybody in the room. That is something that we champion. Like, it feels good to know that you can go to a club or a lounge or a restaurant and she ain't giving the bouncer hugs. And you know what type of hugs we talking about. It feel good that you can go to a spot and she ain't up there dapping everybody up and saying what's up to everybody. No, we like ours a little bit exclusive. You don't know her. Right. And so I think that those two are the biggest proponents into why men don't marry the quote unquote sluts. It's not because of anything else. Go ahead, Watcher, and then we got H. Bush.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I just want to balance out the scale. I'm not disagreeing with you all out. I agree with what you're saying. But if I could just offer balance to the scale from my perspective, Rashad, which is that for all of that, for all of what you just said is true, I think as men, we also should leave space for the few amongst those type of ladies that you just described that if given the opportunity would not move as they've been moving, right? We make it sound as if like none of them, like this is what they want to be doing. Some of them are doing what they're doing for array of reasons. And amongst them, there are some that if given the opportunity for redemption, if given the opportunity to be in a spot to love one man, would take that opportunity. And I think that the narrative that you put forth that is commonly spoken amongst men needs balance because it makes it sound as if like none of those ladies have room for redemption. And I'll say, niggas may not like this, but I'll say it. I have come across some that you say, oh, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, whatever. I've come across some that are really genuinely out here moving wild, crazy, moving like sluts, only because no one will give them the opportunity to be what they really are. If that makes sense, you dig what I'm saying?
I'm
Talking
gonna
about
just
redemption.
sell crack because my resumes ain't hitting right now. Stop it, Watcher. I think what I do. I give you a little bit of credence. That's kind of like the vibes that Kenya be talking about, and where, you know, sex work and being promiscuous is like, you know, forced on people. I was in Dub Space and he was playing Mandy. I could think she was like on a podcast or something like that, and she was talking about how she was a madam and how, you know, she was getting these girls, and some of these girls were in relationships, some of them were single, and the truth of the matter is these women just want money. They're retail, you know, and they're not making the desired money, or, you know, they trying to get a little extra on the side. And it wasn't like no horror story. Like, listening to her talk, there wasn't like this exceptional horror story of extreme poverty and I gotta get my mama out the hood and I got kids that need to. No, it was joints that do have jobs, that are in college furthering their education, and they're looking out to the world and they're comparing their current circumstances to, you know, the people who are rich and famous, and they want a little piece of it. And so guess what? Mandy will call them and say, hey, there's an athlete in town, there's an entertainer in town, and he's looking for girls, and I'll give you some money. And the girls are saying, cool. Not because they had to. It was the proximity to richness and fame and getting some extra dollars in their pocket. So on one hand, I do understand you, but we can't try to make it seem like everybody who is doing this, like they have to. And then we talk about redemption
I didn't
stories.
say everybody. That's why I said I'm
No,
balanced,
not.
yo.
I think the majority. I think the vast majority of the people who we see doing these things are
What
doing it
percent
because they
of the
want to.
population? So, Robert, why are you bringing up? Why are you bringing up like celebrity escorting? And even in that
No, but it's
conversation,
not.
we
That's
can.
what I'm saying. It's not celebrity escorting. These are people who work at Foot Locker and Mandy was in
I'm
college
saying they're
and
being
just had.
escorted to athletes and celebrities. They're not being prostituted to regular blue collar working men, correct?
Ke- Kendra, I mean Kenya. You ever seen why some girls be going to Vegas a lot? You like, damn, how you going to Vegas all the time?
I know that women sell
I
sex
think what she's saying is
of
that's
their
not
own
the
accord.
topic.
I'm that's not what I'm that's not what we're discussing right now.
That's not exactly the
Because
topic, bro. We ain't talking about
Rashad
prostitution.
Rashad is the one that kind of like wanted to drag it there. Again, I
No,
don't
but no, because Watcher brought up the fact that the women who do this sometimes do it because they have to, in a sense, and we should worry about the redemption story. In which I was saying, one, it's not always the case
no,
that they having to do it,
I don't think it's a
and then
have
two, if
to
you're
all the
actively doing
time.
it, what redemption are we talking about?
I don't think it's a have to do it all the time. I mean, either which way, I don't. The framing of the conversation is that's a y'all thing. I don't believe that there's anything that woman needs to redeem herself for to any human on earth. So I don't even really know like what that conversation is. You can choose not to if she's outwardly or publicly promiscuous, and you know that about her. You can just obviously choose not to deal with her if that's not your bop. That's fine. Of course, I don't think she needs to redeem that about herself. I don't think the assumption that because she has sex, because I guess promiscuity is to have sex outside of the confines of a relationship, really, like when we boil it down. Okay, so sex without, commitment. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to still hold on to like you guys using that, to base your assumptions on the woman on, but at the same time, sex is so um demanded in this society, right, by men. There's no lack of demand for sex, so I don't really know in my brain how to like make those two things make sense, because somebody, has to be supplying the sex. So in the dating scene, if the women aren't supposed to be having sex until this magical, date where the man has done such and such, I don't know how that happens
I think
while
I
you
understand what
guys
Kenya
are
means.
requesting sex. So I just kind of don't like that conversation at all. Y'all can have that one. As far as the sex works goes, Rashad, that's a different conversation. And I don't like you using these, extravagant, luxurious examples to keep pointing to and saying, hey, see? Yeah, like you're wrong. And it's just like, that doesn't account for the majority of sex work that's done. And they've already, like I said, they've already done the science and the studies. It's not a debate about who ends up being sex workers. We already know what typically life paths most often end up there, and it is exploitation, and it is typically from abuse. So I don't want to debate that with you, because I don't think that's fair to the people that live that life.
Yeah, I'm not downplaying the life that they live. I think that when we have this conversation, because what Superhead is speaking from, she's not speaking from that position either. She's not speaking from trauma and, oh my God, I gotta do
But
this. No,
if you've read her book, she is coming from that place. She was raped, she was molested,
no, and
as a
I'm not
child by
saying, no,
her.
what I'm saying, I'm not saying that she hasn't been through things. I'm saying her current message to men and women is not coming from a
You
space
don't.
of trauma.
I don't. But that's the point. I think that sounds insane to say that it's not.
Get to the hands.
No, hold on 1 second. It's
You didn't, Rashad. You don't like. I don't. You at your 18th birthday, you don't magically become a new person, and now the slate is wiped clean, and you are now like downloading new experience and new information, and everything that you are as an adult is just stemming from everything that happened 18 on. That's just not how life works.
Do you think that she has the information at this age that she is? Because she's not 18. I would assume that she's around 50. Do you think that throughout her life, she has had the right amount? Because if you can write a book and talk about these traumatic situations, then you also can do something about it. Right? So if you have not, and you've only wrote this book and you've only
I
talked
don't
about it,
know her.
and then you haven't
I
done
don't
anything.
know her to say that she hasn't done anything. If I don't, she could have done a whole bunch of work. If at the
And so
end of
that's what I'm
that
saying. So the
she
assumption
still
is she
has
has
that
done work.
mindset, then she still has that mindset. I'm not. I'm not debating that with you, but let's not act like everything that we just said about the past or about the trauma or about the childhood has nothing to do with how she presents in adulthood, period. I don't care how old the person is. If there's a clear pathway into their young adult life and then they've continued living that life since they were a young adult. She's been in the industry for however many fucking years.
Go
Yes,
ahead,
she still sounds like that, but so what?
go ahead, Rail. And then we got Grib Gamer, Watcher, and H Bush.
Yes, sir.
What's the word? How
How
you
y'all doing?
feeling?
I'm alright, man. Can't complain. What up to my things of that nature family, all my cousins and all that. Rashad, she's definitely speaking from a place of, pain and suffering. I read her book, man. She, like Kenya said, she was molested, raped. She slept with like 20 rappers. Half of them was married. But to her point of saying married a slut, they do get married. Cardi got married.
Wow, wow,
Kanye
wow, wow, wow.
Hold on. Kanye used to marry, Kanye said he used to watch Kim K tapes with Ray J and all that. He married her. You know what I'm saying? I think Stevie J had married Jocelyn or something. You know what I'm saying? So it
We're
does
starting
happen.
with
They be getting
failed
married.
marriages. Just remember that, bro.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're just saying, she's just saying married. We're not talking if they're successful or not. I don't think they're going to be
I
successful.
think that was
You know what I'm saying?
implied, bro. That was literally implied.
Yeah, but we have
Hold
to
on,
use
wait,
our
let him
common
finish real
sense.
quick. I don't know if that was
We
implied. I didn't get that from what Karrine said.
we have to use our common sense. Clearly, she's saying marry them, but we obviously know that these marriages are not going to work because, like you said, these women are promiscuous. Or it could be the man on the other way, but she just said marry the slut, talking about to the men. But no, I don't think these marriages are going to work. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that they do get married. To her point, they do get married. Niggas do be marrying their side pieces for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they do marry them Johns. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. You know what I'm saying? But I do think she's speaking from a place of hurt and pain, though. When you read her book, it's like Coogee Rap made her give him head to her nose was bleeding, bro. You know how long you got to give head to give a nosebleed? That's
No, I actually don't
crazy.
know how long you got to do
You know
that.
what I'm saying? I don't either, but it's a long time, bro. That's my point. Like, that's wild, bro. It's like, she's speaking clearly from a place of pain. She's been in the industry. That book was like, I was in middle school when that book came out. I read that book in like, I think it was like '05. It was like 20 years ago, bro. She's speaking from a place of pain and hurt. You know what I'm saying? I would never encourage this, what she's saying clearly, you know what I'm saying? She is definitely still hurting and she definitely needed the therapy from way back. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all been saying it. She was in a relationship saying she would leave and go deal with Wayne in the middle of the night. If he called her like that, like what? What is you talking about? Like, I don't know, man. Come on now, Rashad.
I got a question, but I'm gonna let folks go because I do have a question for you and Kenya because y'all are talking about the book. I only read excerpts. I didn't read the entire book. There was some wild shit that I seen though. But go ahead, Grim Gamer. Then we got Watcher and we got H Bush.
Bro, I feel like the woman do got a lot of trauma, but in the clip that we heard, that's all just personal opinion. What shaped it kind of matter a lot less to me, what shaped it, but a lot of women do feel that way. They feel like if they overly freaky, that they man should be okay with that. I've heard plenty of women throughout my life complain, I suck him up every day and I ride him backwards and he gonna cheat on me. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get cheated on because you overly sexual, but maybe him and this other girl got something in common. For example, I've been mostly on and now am engaged to the woman that's clearly on my profile a bunch of times, Grim Mia. Me and her play mobile games together. We're mobile game content creators. One thing aside from sex and everything else that kept her super close to me is the fact that we have a lot of the same interests, the same hobbies. We do a lot of the same things. And I think sex is important. Talking is important. You need a balance. But overall, you just need cohesion with the other person. So far as Superhead, she probably don't know what cohesion is like. Most people want her for things that she can do to their penis or whatever. She doesn't exactly seem like she has any hobbies or things about herself where other people can relate or where a man can really relate to her. Sex is probably the only way she knows how to relate to someone. The same as Cardi B, no shade. Cardi B, only way she can relate to anything or anyone seems to just be sex. I mean, she doesn't
A
really talk
lot of
about
Cardi
much
B
else. I
smut
mean,
today. I don't
It's a
know
lot of
how
cards. It's a
Cardi
lot
B
of.
got in
She
here.
went and got with Stefan the whore digs. That should let you know enough that all she can relate to is sex, sex, sex. The man cheating on her, she ain't got no problem with it. She okay
You
with
must,
it.
hey,
Sex,
you
sex,
must
sex.
didn't see them ribs that she pulled out of the oven that other day. Yeah, I know it.
Stefan Diggs got so much money that he can buy them damn ribs every day. That ain't what
So,
matters.
Pat, you don't got nothing to say about her cooking, but you want to talk shit about mine. And
Kenya,
wow,
When
Kenya,
it
do
comes
you
to
want me to be honest with you in front of
when
these
it comes
people?
to
wow,
rich folks,
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
it don't
Bender.
matter.
Kenya, do you
wow.
want me to be honest in front of these people today?
Wait, what are you gonna
Do you?
say? No, I've been embarrassed enough.
God, dog.
What are you about to suggest? Text it to me, man.
Just think about that picture you sent me
That
and
was
what I
not
say
that
about
bad.
that picture.
Man, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying and going. And one day, I'm literally gonna be on Food Network, and I'm gonna shit on you so bad.
Listen, I hope you
Ooh.
are. Shit, get more subscribers to the pod.
Not on bringing the nature of things to Food Network.
I'm gonna give you a T-shirt to wear.